Hi, I'm Elly. Today I'm going to read a story called Albert the Muffin Maker. Are you ready to listen? Okay, I'm going to read you the story. Albert the Muffin Maker. Albert was rummaging the kitchen cupboard. What are you looking for? His sister Wanda asked. Flour, Albert said. I'm making muffins by myself. We're at flour, Albert said. I'm making muffins by myself. We're out of flour, Wanda said. But flour is the first ingredient. Albert showed her the recipe. I can't make muffins without flour. Sometimes when one runs out of an ingredient, she asks the neighbor if they had any to share. Wanda said, Great idea. Albert grabbed the cup and headed out. Mr. Nibble grabbed the door with a big smile. Flowers, she said. Of course. It's nice of you to share, Albert said. Albert poured the flour into a big bowl. Then he looked in the recipe again. Second ingredient, oatmeal. Wanda glazed up from her puzzle. Oatmeal? I finished it at breakfast. Not a problem, Albert said. Mrs. Nibble's smile wasn't quite as big as this time, but she filled Albert's cup with oatmeal. The third time and fourth ingredients were baking powder and salt, but they were on the top of shelf, too high for them to reach. Albert had to ring Mr. Dole's Nibble doorbell twice. Albert, Wanda said as he came back, you can't get all of your ingredients from Mrs. Nibble. Mom always says it's nice to share, Albert said. Sharing is nice, Wanda agreed, but Mrs. Nibble has already shared enough. The fifth ingredient was cinnamon, but Albert couldn't see in the cupboard. This time he didn't go to Mrs. Nibble. He went to Mr. Squeak, the neighbor on the other side. The sixth ingredient, a walnut, Albert got from his friend Leo. The mousely triplets gave him the seventh ingredient, and the eighth came from Rachel and her brother Roland. Careful not to spill that oil, Roland ordered. Albert was stirring the ninth ingredient when Wanda walked into the kitchen. I didn't know we had applauses. We didn't, Albert said. I borrowed some from Cousin Pete. Where did you get the rest of these ingredients? One asked. Roland and Rachel and Mouseley and Leo and Mr. Squeak, Albert said. I told them all how nice it is to share. Wanda just shook her head. Albert checked the recipe again. He opened the fridge. Uh-oh. Wanda stopped and headed to the door. Albert, please don't ask for anything from any other mice. Don't worry, he said. I won't. Albert, where are you going? Wanda hurried after him. In the people's kitchen, somebody had just set down a fresh bowl of milk for the cat. Albert dashed down and filled the bottle. Thanks for sharing, he squeaked as he scampered out. Albert, Wanda gasped and scried back safely. You told me not to get in from a mouse, he pointed out. Anyway, I heard milk gives cat bellyache, so he should be happy to share. Albert spooned the muffin batter into thins. I didn't, he said. I made the whole recipe, but Wanda said. I know you're not allowed to use the oven yet. She turned it on the slate and muffins to bake. Albert with his blocks while he waited. Soon Wanda came in carrying the basket. The muffins are ready, Wanda said. Let's go. Go, Albert said. Where go? Wanda knocked on Mrs. Nibble's door. We brought you the first muffin, Wanda said. Mr. Nibble broke into a giant smile. It's nice of you to share. Wanda gave the second muffin to Mr. Squeak. Leo stuffed the third muffin into his mouth and gave him to the paws up. The mousely triplets gobbled up the fourth, fifth, and sixth muffin for their snack. Rachel and Roland took the seventh and eighth muffins. Roland told Rachel, "Watch those crumbs." And ninth muffin was to Cousin Pete. Albert peered through the basket. There were just the muffin left. Are we done sharing now? He asked. Not quite, Wanda said. We have one more stop. The people kitchen, Albert said. But Wanda rolled the 10th muffin across the floor. The cat pounced. Now we're done, Wanda said. As they walked into their kitchen, Albert's whiskers twitched. It still smells like muffins, he said sadly. Wanda smiled. Of course it does. Wanda set the 11th and 12th muffins on 2 plates. Wasn't it nice to share with our friends? She asked. Yes, it was, Albert said, taking a big bite. And you know what else is nice? Sharing the last 2 muffins with you. The story is done. Thank you for listening to my story. Bye.